How the devil are you guys? This is Robedon, and this Robedon reacts to E3. Episode 3, shall we call this? And this is my quick opinion on Skyrim Remastered. Now I say quick opinion, this one might turn into a ramble, so, by all means feel free to skip and say, you suck. No, please don't say I suck. I try my best. Yes? No. Try your best. Oh dear. Let's not go into the rock. I saw a quote about that the other day. Anyway. Not that rock. It's not the rock that does cooking, and the rock, the film from years ago. Right. So, 30 odd seconds into this, and I've rambled on about other stuff. Skyrim Remastered. Well, what can you say other than, for the console players, this is going to be a big improvement in the graphics and the whole, this is what PC modding graphics did to it 5 years ago. From the PC perspective, the upgrade from 32 to 64-bit engine, well, Creation Engine, because the Creation Engine was built for Skyrim and Fallout 4, and then hopefully they were going to go and get a new engine, or at least rebuild Gamebryo for the 5th time, or whatever the time hell it is now. Anyway, the upgrade from 32 to 64-bit, and obviously the DirectX 9 to DirectX, whatever we're on now, 11, 12, 13, whatever they decide to do for this game, those are going to be big factors in improving the mod situation for people, because Skyrim will then be able to access all the relevant memory that Fallout 4 can. You won't have to worry about the 3.1 gigabyte limit anymore. That's where the big thing for the PC players is with this. However, the massive improvement in the console graphics for the console players, and the fact that they're going to get mods aside, and the fact that PC players are going to be able to have access to the improved engine, or the second generation of the Creation Engine, whatever you want to call it. What is the pros and cons of this? Well, the biggest pro for them was they'd already practiced this game on the Xbox and the PlayStation when they were developing the Fallout 4. They ported it over and practiced it, so they sort of already had it set up. Now, a lot of us would have loved something like Morrowind or Oblivion done, but that would have been a massive rebuilding. Whereas something like Skyrim, obviously it's only 5 years old, they wouldn't have to change the meshes too much, or the textures too much to improve it. So I understand from a logistical point of view why they went for the newer game. There are a lot of people out there upset and disappointed that they haven't gone for something like Oblivion, with it being 10 years, or Morrowind, because that's the one that doesn't look the best at all. And only silly people would suggest Arena or Daggerfall, because they'd be brand new games, because they're not even compatible. So the only compatibility is that you played them with a keyboard and mouse, that's it. Anyway, rambling. The other thing is, with the announcement of Skyrim Remastered, there was an awful lot of people like, oh, but we wanted a new Vegas Obsidian style Fallout game announced because we did that last time. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not taking a mick out of you. I have that feeling myself. I am slightly disappointed that there was no hint, nudge. Obsidian are making another East Coast Fallout game with all the funny characters and the histrionics, and we're going to stick to making more of an action-packed style Fallout on the West Coast, or the East Coast. I don't know. West Coast, East Coast. We're doing me dyslexic routine and forgetting which one's which now. Anyway, you get my point. Over on the East Coast with DC, Fallout, Bethesda are making a Fallout series that is a bit more streamlined, shall we say. Whether they've learned from the mistakes of a voice companion that kills a lot of the roleplay value, who knows? We'll find out in Elder Scrolls 6, won't we? Although I would imagine it's harder to do it in that because of all the different races. Now, that aside, what else can you say about the Skyrim Remaster? Well, Skyrim sold a lot for them, so you understand why they would bring that back out. There's going to be a lot of nostalgic new players to the series who, even though the game's barely ugly by today's standards still, especially if you got it on PC and it's modded, well, let's put it this way, the PS3 players, the PlayStation 3 players, who had the problem with the buggy memory and the glitchiness and all the rest of it, who now have PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are all, you know, they're more based on PC architecture. For them, this is probably a dream come true, because they can probably load it up, play it, and it'll be like a breath of fresh air for them. A breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. Okay. A breath of fresh air for them. So, yeah, I understand why Bethesda have done this. I am looking forward to it in a weird sort of yes I am and no I'm not kind of way. Because Skyrim, for all its flaws, for all its, shall we say, lack of massive role-playing elements, still had enough role-playing elements thrown in with probably the most immersive world games have had for years. And that sort of elements combined made a world where it wasn't so much as you role-played the game, but you sort of role-played a life for some people in there. And it's one of those games where some people, once they've picked it up, can put it down again until they collapse or starve or something. And you can't complain about a game that does that, regardless of iffy technical issues here and there and little, I hate this tiny little point. If the whole is greater than the sum of its parts to such a degree that it's only 5 years old, but you're still excited for it to be re-released with a few improvements, what more can you say than that? So, well guys, that's me rambling on. As you can tell in these sort of ramble videos, I don't focus too much on being precise and to the point, and sometimes I suffer from that in my mod videos. I get too stuttery because I'm trying to be precise too much instead of being charming in my own weird, non-charming way. So, with that, I must say adieu and au revoir and all the other things. So yeah, this is Robedon. Robbie gone.